Right. Oops, stream preview came up quickly. That's good. I'm just gonna give this a second to stabilize. Full disclosure, I haven't really played this game much since the last patch. I've read some kind of alarming bug reports. I'm hoping we won't have too much trouble today. I've read some crashes and some blockers. The good news is most of the major blockers were already passed or certainly won't reach today. And most of the bugs seem to be kind of hit and miss. Some people aren't having any trouble whatsoever. Some people are crashing all the time. I don't know which one I'll be. But it should be exciting to find out. I mean, I love the patch notes. I'm very excited for all the updates in this latest patch, including new kisses. Apparently, all the companions have multiple kisses now, and it's randomized when you ask for them.
About, my dear? Can we? I suppose we can.
I've seen 2 for Astarion. The one we had already seen, and a different one.
How could I say no?
Oh, this is the other one. Ah. Had some clipping with the hat. That's okay.
You are perfect. Every time.
Alright, off we go then. I will probably be quick saving a little bit more frequently today, or at least I hope I remember to do that just in case we crash.
The Absolute's army are on the march, and Baldur's Gate is their target.
Alright. This is a warning that this is a point of no return, because this is the entry point for Act 3.
The curse has been lifted, the land's cleansed of the shadows. Kethric's reign of living death is over. Your courage has been tested, and in this at least, you have triumphed.
It really is a shame you don't get to see this place with the shadow curse lifted. I wonder what happened to all the zombies. Like, are there just undead bodies all over the place now? But they're actually dead now? Because that would be unfortunate.
Sergeant, if you are here, I presume Wern's Rock is secure, and preparations for my inauguration are complete.
No, Lord Gortash. We were interrupted. Another quake in the lower city. More severe this time.
So you came cowering to my chambers? I'm flattered, Sergeant. But even I cannot command natural phenomena to cease.
Forgive me, my lord, but there is panic in the streets. The people are afraid.
Perhaps the people would be calm if you kept your nerve. I expect better from the flaming fist than to run scared from a slight tremor in the earth. Get back to your duties.
Kind of maniac fears earthquakes.
Duties. Patrolling and saluting and following and bowing and scraping and yes sir, no sir, rip and cut your throat sir.
Oh, God.
Your plan is falling apart, lordling. Give me a reason not to cut you to ribbons.
Control yourself, Orin. We need to focus on reuniting the stones or the brain will break free. These quakes are just the start.
That poor man.
Neither of us expected the prism bearers to kill Ketheric. They'll be traveling to the city. Let's make sure we give them a Baldurian welcome.
I itch to peel you, to split your skin, to see your skull shine in the light. Little tyrant. Lucky for you, I harvested a whole family of living flesh in Rivington at high sun. They will sate my blade thirst tonight. Oh, but tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, my blades will thirst again.
Oh, dear. Orin is very disturbing. Truly. Oh, Aelin and Isabel are so cute. I think this is one of, if not the only time, you actually get a little cutscene in camp. It also gives you a little reminder of how huge the campsites can be.
Beyond the campsite, the city waits in uneasy silence, one sleep away.
Look at that. That is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. We'll go talk to everybody and then go to bed so we can go to Baldur's Gate. We're only about 60 hours in before we finally reach the city. Before any of that, though, if you stand over here, one, it's a beautiful view, and two, I Want to Live plays. I love this song. And Jaheira will finally say something different now.
Shadowheart walks a little freer of the shadows. She could shave her skull and paint it purple. It would still suit her.
Haha, references. Now we're traveling together, I realize I don't know much about you.
That speaks well of your taste. I've heard my share of bad ballads about things I never did. If you have questions, ask. Just don't expect my answers to rhyme.
Is it true you fought the Dead 3 before?
It was Baal alone we faced in our time. And bad as that was, he had no elder brain for a lapdog then. Help won't come from the history books, or from any old tales I can spin you. This is your story to write. There. Have I fulfilled my role as your wise and wizened elder?
Please, you're only one of those things.
Don't tell me which. Against all life experience, I will choose to assume the best.
I wanted to ask you something else.
Ask it.
You mentioned you know something of Elithids?
More than I would like. In my youth, I was a brief and very much unwilling member of a colony's hive mind. I felt the way they think, saw the world as they do. Foul, unnatural creatures who find the foulness in us and twist it to their will. But then, who am I speaking to? You have far more experience than I.
My mind is still my own, and I plan to keep it that way.
I believe you. You remind me of another I knew, marked by forces beyond their control. The gods can grant power or strip it away, but so long as your will remains, you have the only weapon you need.
All right then. What happens if I talk to you again?
One final night in the open air, and then back to the city. Rest while you can. I fear that quite a bit of work awaits us.
I got both her dialogue for Shadowheart changing her hair and her dialogue for getting to move on to the city. Woohoo! Alright, let's go find somebody else to talk to. This camp is actually a pretty decent size.
I'm listening.
Really? You don't have anything to say? Fine.
Well met.
I could have sworn everybody had dialogue for moving on to the city, but we'll check.
Almost pleasant traveling with company, if you ignore all the less pleasant aspects.
I should talk about Shadowheart for a second. I reclassed her into a life domain cleric. Certain gods have certain domains that they have more power over. It's really only for role-playing purposes. Any cleric can have any domain.
What's on your mind?
But if you're going to reclass Shadowheart and you want it to be lore appropriate, right, going into Act 3 is a great time to do it.
I was concerned when I saw Shadowheart creeping about with a blade in the dead of night, but it was just to cut her hair, it seems. It suits her.
It does, doesn't it? Particularly, if you've made the choices I have, because she's a follower of Selûne now. I'll talk to Gale in a second. So it makes more sense for her to take a domain that Selûne has power over, so I made her a life cleric. Selûne also has power over Twilight, which is not in this game, and knowledge. But light seems appropriate thematically as well.
The gate is closed, as is Cazador. Cazador and his rite of profane ascension. An imperial soiree, attended by devils and spawn alike. A grand ceremony to honor one exalted vampiric master. And elevate him to an unfathomable station. To place him in a position of such esteem. The world will yearn to kneel and offer their necks.
Sounds like you envy him.
Of course I envy him. Why wouldn't I? The problem with what Cazador has done is that he did it to me. If the time comes and I can stay one move ahead of him, I'll take his place before his blood can hit the floor.
So, you'd kill to take that power from him? The others bound to the ritual?
What's a handful of the wretch's servants? If they're anything like me when I was enslaved, they're all but begging for death anyway. After 200 years of shit, pure shit! I think I deserve something better.
Damn right.
We'll be glorious, both you and I. You'll have your day too. Let's find out more about the ritual before we waltz into Cazador's front door. If we track down my old comrades, the other spawn, we may discover more and be finally positioned for yours truly to ascend.
As long as you'll be all right seeing him again, love.
You're too adorable. I'll be fine. I'm sure they'll bring back memories of so many pathetic years, but I'm much stronger now. If we don't find my brethren, they'll find us, likely with bared fangs. We should get to them first. Then we can make their pretty tongues talk. Unless Cazador has changed their orders, they'll be in the dens of this town, seeking prey. Gods, you're beautiful.
I just wanted to check and make sure you didn't have anything else to say. I'll walk away now. The little exclamation mark over Gale's head disappeared.
I was supposed to sacrifice myself to stop the Absolute. Yeah, I don't think I could have gone through with it, in truth. And I'm glad that I didn't, given what has come to light.
What are you talking about? Also, hi, Karlak.
The Elder Brain. But, more importantly, the crown that it wore. Even without seeing it for myself, I could sense it. Netherese magic. So pure, so complete. I doubted what I was feeling at first. Most Netherese artifacts contain only the faintest amount of their former power. The ghost of an echo of a memory. That crown was different. I can't fathom how such a wonder survived. Surely everything of its ilk was destroyed along with Netheril itself, but no matter. It exists. I must learn more of it.
Back up a little bit. Why is the crown so important all of a sudden?
That crown sits on a gargantuan elder brain bent on destroying us and everything we hold dear. Understanding its true nature might unlock the means of our victory. We need to learn more about what we saw. An artifact as powerful as that crown must have been documented somewhere. As luck would have it, we'll soon find ourselves near one of the finest book collections this side of Candlekeep. Sorceress Sundries. I need to go there and learn all I can.
So you want to go shopping?
Book shopping? But yes. Their collection of rare tomes is unparalleled. Netherese texts are hardly commonplace, but I'm certain they'll have one or two stashed away. You'll have to forgive my eagerness, but if my suspicions prove to hold water, this could be the answer to all our problems.
What a dork. It's kind of adorable. But what a dork. Alright. I think that's everyone, so we'll go to bed. Scratch, what are you doing? Alright.
The events of the last days weigh heavily upon you. Sleep's rest is slow to come to one whose mind is so full. The Absolute is not a god, but an elder brain controlled by the chosen of the Dead Three. They mean to use it to take control of the Sword Coast. All who carry the tadpole are governed by the brain, and by extension the chosen. It will take but one order to transform them into an army of mind flayers. This would have been your fate too, were it not for the astral prison and the mysterious visitor inside of it. With her help, you have uncovered the cult for what it really is. A plan of conquest orchestrated by the gods of death themselves. Together, you have the power to thwart the Dead Three. If you follow this path to its end, the Elder Brain will not answer to the Chosen. It will answer to you. Will you liberate them from their parasites and their religious delusions? Or will you use the power you gain for your own purposes?
What will I do? I will free everyone of this evil. I will be the hero that saves Baldur's Gate.
You will not have long to wait. All you need to do now is sleep. But sleep is not for you.
Oh, goodness.
The reckoning is upon us. The city thirsts for domination. March. Join power.
Oh, dear.
You're under attack. Help me.
Get Yankee! So the goal for this particular fight is not to defeat all the enemies, but to get someone to the portal. But getting the enemies out of the way will certainly be helpful. This doesn't go here. It can go there. Gotta go. A Lithid Harborer. That's nice. I reclass Shadowheart, I give her some fancy new things, and she just keels right over.
Fight your way to the portal. I need your help.
This Misty Step? It is Misty Step. I'm actually just gonna... Bye-bye.
Here goes nothing.
I have made it to the portal. I'm sure Halson and Gale and Karlak and Scratch and the Owlbear Cub and everybody else can handle the Githyanki I left behind.
That orb is about to erupt!
Well, that's unfortunate. More Githyanki. Oh dear. I like how everyone seems to have warped into their armor.
Green Guardian. I'm here. Help me. I'm under attack.
Oh, look at this intellect of ours. Intellect of ours and Githyanki. What is going on here?
Enough waiting. I crave blood.
Well, I would like to cast Fireball, but that would blow up all the intellect devourers, and that wouldn't be very nice. Did hardly anything.
Let's have some fun.
Wow. These guys are really tough. There you go. Not doing a whole lot of anything. Oh, the poor little brains. That's sad. Get wrecked. Had a great attack and then missed. As you do, as you do. I'd like to point out that the brains seem to be on my side. Are you gonna kill him? Kill him. Get him! Doing a bad job. Alright, Shadowheart. Shadowheart's also wearing new armor to fit her new domain. I think I put her in luminous armor. Why don't you actually just... yeah. It's a bad choice. I should not have done that.
No escape.
Oh, just kill him. Oh, for... it's going well. Oh, poor intellect of ours. You're a monster.
It's not over. Come to the skull.
Better than nothing.
Come to the skull. Come to the skull. Look at all the little brains. Oh, God. Now, why would the intellect of ours be on our side here? Oh, look at him go.
It's
Oh.
not over. Come to the skull.
I'm coming. I can
Hurry.
only
I can't hold them back alone.
run so quickly, and I need to make sure my companions don't get stuck. There she is. Because they're really bad at following sometimes. Oh my. That is a mind flayer. Oh. One of my cats find that the tentacles on the mind flayer and the intellect of ours very entertaining.
Before you do anything, I am your ally.
You are a mind flayer.
Are in danger.
Geek abomination. By the one true sky. What is this madness?
The Githyanki is the source of our protection against the Absolute. I must subdue him, or everything we've worked towards is lost. Don't let my form deceive you. I am the one that's been protecting you. I am the one that came to you in your dreams. Help me.
You don't look like the one that's been coming to me in my dreams. Prove to me you are who you say you are.
You saved a child from a viper, back in the Druid's Grove. You saved the Asima Night Soul from her soul cage. You let me live last time we were here, though it brought Blackheath's wrath upon you. I told you about my room in the Elsong Tavern, that night when you held me. I was vulnerable. You comforted me. Your continued existence as yourself, and not a mind flayer, should be all the proof you need. Now, help me.
For the record, I think not helping him will lead to a game over at this point. Sorry, one of my cats really likes the tentacles on the mind flayer. How do I help?
The god. Destroy the god. They prevent me from subduing their master. Do it now.
I know, you spend all that time
Against Githyanki. We cannot. We must not.
You're
customizing
blind
a dream
loyalty to
avatar.
your own doing, Lae'zel. Fight with me for your own survival.
And this is what you get. Now that I know this happens, I don't spend nearly as much time customizing a dream guardian anymore.
Together, we can turn the tide.
Half the time I just let the game randomize it. Occasionally occasionally I get in a mood where I'm like, I'm gonna make a really good looking one. Not often, though. Oh, that's right. I forgot. He's level 5 ranger. He gets 2 attacks now. Starion's not doing as well against the Githyanki. Oh. Oh my. You know, it is not a good day to be an intellect devourer. Not a good day at all. Oh. Can you get over there, Lae'zel? It's a big jump. You can do it. There you go. Oh my gosh. I do not remember the Githyanki being this difficult. It makes sense thematically, you know, that the Emperor would be an Illithid.
Destroy the honor guard.
I'm working on it. Is that all you're gonna do? You didn't even do it very well. Oh God. You know what? That's rude. No one invited you over here. What have I got? I'm gonna just move this over here real quick. Get that out of the way. What am I going to do? Let me do this. Put it right there. Yeah. My crowd control was much more effective than your crowd control.
Time to deal some punishment.
You can do it, Shadowheart. I don't know why I do this to myself. Oh, Astarion's stunned. Oh, it looks like the only one still hypnotized is Lae'zel. That's unfortunate. Clearly I was wrong about my crowd control being the more effective one. I'm doing great. Don't like you.
What should I do?
Don't like you either. Here, let's do this. This rarely goes wrong. Oh, very good, Astarion. Kill it. Oh. Oh, that was an unpleasant sound. That was a very unpleasant sound. Ew. Ow, she blew me up. Will you? These things are hard to hit. Their AC must be so high. I know. You're not being particularly helpful, though. Just, you know, for the record. Oh! I do believe that, my spirit guardians blew her up.
You picked the wrong fight, friend.
How unfortunate for her. How far can you jump in here, Shadowheart? Can you get over here? Do that. Very good. Oh, Lord! Well, Shadowheart doesn't seem to be having much of a problem. Get him, Astarion. That was much better.
Victory awaits.
You're gonna have to jump up there. It's too bad jumping uses your bonus action. Otherwise, you could jump up and push him down. Instead, you'll just have to settle for killing him. Very good. You know, I wish there were some alternate options here. Like I said, I'm pretty sure siding with the Githyanki will end in a game over.
Don't look at me like that. I am a mind flayer. Yes. Without me, you would be a slave to the Absolute.
It's obscene to owe my life to a damned geich. No more lies, no more tricks. I will have answers.
So who are you? And I'm going to need a name this time.
You may call me the Emperor.
That is not a name. That is a title.
An adventurer. I came from Baldur's Gate, though I was never one to be constrained by circumstance. I longed for more. That longing brought me to Moonrise Towers on a search for treasure. To a colony of mind flayers who caught me, changed me into what I am now.
Ew.
For years, I served the Elder Brain. The one you know as the Absolute. I was a thrall like any other, but I was fortunate. I broke free and started a new life in my old city. I sustained myself on criminals. Unglamorous, but there are plenty of them. Rarely missed. And they fueled me while I did my work.
Oh.
I
Ugh.
had the good fortune to meet Duke Stelmane. We formed a partnership, and through her, I became the governing force behind the Knights of the Shield, the largest mercantile operation in Baldur's Gate. People referred to me as the Emperor. Such was my influence, though of course they had no idea what I really was. My needs were sated. I was happy for a while. Until my true nature was discovered by the tyrant himself, Lord Gortash. He tore me from my home and brought me back to the Brain, where I became a slave once again. A slave he continued to call me Emperor. The name was intended as a slight, to remind me of the heights from which I fell. But I have grown fond of it. It encapsulates well who I've become.
Now, how did you break free in the first place? You left that out. Also, I repeat, Emperor is title, not name. Who's that Githyanki in the sphere?
Prince Orpheus, son of the first leader of the Githyanki.
Orpheus? Impossible. He was slain by Shastil Kithrak himself.
Quite possible, I assure you. His power has been the source of your continued protection against the voice of the Absolute. The power to disrupt hive-mind communication. It is the same power that enabled Orpheus's mother to bring about the fall of the Illithid Empire eons ago. A power she passed on to him, and that I leveraged for you. When Orpheus's mother left, a usurper took her place. Blackith declared herself queen of the Githyanki. Blackith wanted his power, but Orpheus rose against her, and so she sealed him and his honor guard within this prison. Bound by infernal chains, Orpheus could never leave. Bound by duty, his guard never would. They were close to breaking my hold on that prince. And if they had succeeded, we would be lost. I am relieved. You have embraced your potential enough that you could help me eliminate them. Alone, Orpheus will be much easier to control.
I'm so glad I destroyed Eon's old honor guard. I am so pleased with myself. Except I'm not. How did Gortash and the other Chosen find out about the astral prism?
A very good question. One that I have been unable to answer. That Orpheus lives at all is ruinous to Blackith. She has done everything in her power to keep his existence a secret. That Gortash and the Chosen found out about it. This is impossible to explain. But it was important enough to them that Gortash sent me to retrieve it. The moment I found it, I felt it change. My free will returning. I followed the feeling inside. And found Orpheus.
Interesting.
I realized what the prison was for. Containment. While my body was within the prison's bounds, my mind was free. I could resist the Elder Brain, the Chosen. Better yet, I could plan to overthrow them. All I needed to do was subdue Orpheus and find allies in the outer world. You.
Has anybody noticed it's Lae'zel's portrait in the corner? Just... There we go. I mean, I think the answer to this is rather obvious. What happens if we free Orpheus?
That would be a terrible idea.
Oh.
The moment he is free, he will attack you. Your only defense would be to kill him. And in so doing, he would doom us both.
Even though he is subdued, you feel Orpheus's revulsion. A pulsing hatred that cannot be contained. The Emperor is telling the truth. To him, you are just another wretched illithid.
You carry
Delightful.
a tag. As far as Orpheus is concerned, you are already a illithid. A sworn enemy, just like me.
The more I talk to you, the less you seem like a mind flayer.
I appreciate that. But this is what I am. My original body was destroyed when I transformed. When I first escaped the Elder Brain, I searched for a new vessel. But the longer I inhabited this one, the more it grew on me.
Ugh.
I realized that returning to my former self would only impose limitations. Any advantage I could gain by restoring my original appearance, I already had to hand in the form of magic, and that humanoid shape you've come to know. As an illithid, I have far surpassed who I ever was before. You, too, should embrace this change.
I, for the record, very much dislike the Emperor. However, I think with the choices we've made with Bellatrix, she would be a little bit more understanding. Why do you say that, sir?
I believe we'll have a better chance of defeating the Elder Brain if you embrace your latent illithid potential. I've been studying you for a while now. I believe I can trigger the next stage of your tadpole's life cycle, while continuing to preserve your independence. You have seen what I can do. Imagine yourself with the same strength, the same intelligence, the same devastating beauty. If you let me, I can evolve you.
What would that entail exactly?
You will be able to do things you never thought were possible. There will be physical alterations, of course, but only partial. You will retain most of your current form, and you will soon see that the benefits outweigh any perceived loss.
If you can evolve me, why can't you stop the ceramorphosis altogether?
The answer is twofold. One, I can, but it would kill you, as I told you before. Two, why would I? You have done well with the limited form you have, but you would do far better as an illithid. So, do you wish to evolve or not?
I mean, I think Bellatrix would be very understanding, but I think this would be a bit much for her.
Even as you say the words, you feel a lurch of disappointment. Your mind bristles with illithid potential. How could you be so cruel as to deny yourself what you want most in the world?
I felt that. It's your nature. You cannot fight it. So embrace it. It wants to evolve, but it cannot do so alone. It must commune with another.
What is it?
A tadpole, nurtured by the psionic energy of the astral plane. Cocooned here for millennia, it has become extraordinary.
Ooh. So, for the record, I do intend to use this tadpole. But this wisdom roll is apparently more difficult depending on how much you've used your illithid powers, and I would like to see how difficult it is for Bellatrix. Ooh! Oh no. Oh no indeed. Oh, just barely! Oh!
A wave of disappointment, stronger than any you've ever felt. And then... stillness. You've resisted your illithid instincts. For now.
For now, indeed.
You are not ready yet. Keep hold of it then, until you are. It has enough vitality to further your evolution, and your allies. Perhaps you will be more inclined to try it when you see more of what our enemy can do. But we mustn't lose focus. We need to resume our journey. You heard the Chosen. The brain has gone to the city, and the army marches to follow. We must not let them reach it. We must find the brain, and bring it under our control.
Where? Oh, it's because I was Lae'zel. I'm like, where am I? Why am I floating in the air? Oh dear.
The orb hums with cerebral magic. Permeable, but impenetrable.
Interesting.
Within it, the Githyanki prince is as silent as a corpse, but for the murmur of his powers being siphoned away.
I really don't like existing on someone just imprisoned. It's very unfortunate. Like I said, I do want to use the tadpole, but I would like to talk to all our companions first. We're going to go to bed for now because I think the only ones I can talk to right now are the ones I brought with me to the battle. So... oh, well, we'll talk to Lae'zel at least. Since she has an exclamation mark.
Orpheus, Gith's only son. He lives. It is not the Geich visitor that Vlaakith would destroy and Voss would set free. It is Orpheus, the blood of the mother, the prince of the comet.
The blood of the mother? Who is he exactly? Sorry, I had to sneeze.
Listen close. The Emperor spoke only in half-truths. For you to know the tale of Orpheus, you must know the tale of Gith and of Vlaakith. Long ago, when we rose up against our Geich slavers, Mother Gith made for the Hells to secure an alliance with the Archdevil Tiamat. Tiamat gifted the Githyanki our red dragons. Gith remained in the Hells, and Tiamat's envoy proclaimed Vlaakith our ruler. The first Vlaakith of many. It is Vlaakith 157 whom my people now call Queen.
150. That is a lot of Vlaakiths.
Yes. Our current queen has claimed undeath and reigned for 1,000 years. But it was the first whom Orpheus tried to slay. Orpheus is Gith's only son. He led his mother's own honor guard in a coup against Vlaakith I. It was Kithrak Voss himself who slayed the prince in vicious battle. Or so the Varshis teach us. Yet the Prince of the Comet's been with us, subdued by that repugnant Illithid. Should Orpheus go free, he would tear Vlaakith's empire to pieces and build new glory from the scraps.
So what happens now?
We meet Voss in the city, and we obtain the key to freeing Orpheus from his prison. Every word Voss spoke, he spoke true. Orpheus is the living proof of the Queen's lies, and the living weapon that conquered our Geich slavers. One word from his lips, and the people would doubt. 2 words, and they would rage. 3 words, and they would bow to the true heir. If the Githyanki are to be free, the Prince of the Comet must lead the way.
I think Githyanki actually age at about the same rate as humans, but when they're considered adults, they move to the astral plane, where there is no time. So, yeah, Voss is old as dirt, but probably hasn't actually been aging for as long as dirt. I'd like to talk about Orpheus.
What about him?
Why is he called the Prince of the Comet?
The historical slates describe Orpheus as a fearsome, terrible creature, powerful beyond measure, and enthralled by the Geich. So mad with power, he'd smash through the Githyanki Empire and deliver the shards to his Illithid masters. And glowing with such psionic force that he and his red dragon blazed a trail through the skies. A lethal comet careening towards my people. Lies, of course. Vlaakith spread a false image of Orpheus as monstrous betrayer, and her knights as the butchers who sliced him through. She was right to fear him, I'll grant her that. So great is the comet, it could shatter her reign.
I find it interesting how quickly Lae'zel seems to have changed alliances when she realizes Orpheus is alive. Why did Vlaakith keep Orpheus alive?
The Emperor may be loathsome, but it's right. Orpheus can disrupt a Geich hive mind. A talent like that makes the prince a powerful shield and a powerful weapon. Why destroy a weapon like that when you can contain it in a relic and keep it for yourself?
So why does she want him dead now?
A weapon is only an asset for as long as it isn't pointed at you. The means of Vlaakith's own end has been ripped away from her. Better to have Orpheus killed than to risk his escape. Better to risk the rise of Illithids than let the Prince of the Comet deny her the godhood she craves.
That is upsetting. Who were the hostile Githyanki?
Orpheus's honor guard, loyal to the end. Trapped by Vlaakith in the same prism holding their noble prince, fruitlessly hacking at the sphere that contains him. They see us as Geich, tadpoled husks in the Emperor's thrall. I regret their deaths, but I pledge to live as they perished, in the service of Gith's son.
Well, all right then, on to other matters. I'm actually going to wait to talk to them about the tadpole. I think I would like to use it before I talk to them. I've always talked to them and then decided what I was going to do with it. But I wonder how different everybody's reaction would be if I used it first. But before that, let's go to bed so I can talk to everyone. All right. So she slept on it. She had a very hard time turning it down. And now...
Life pulses from within. The parasite's thoughts whisper at the edge of your mind. It wants to share itself with you. It wants to be let in.
Go on. Don't be afraid. It only wants to help you evolve.
For the record, there's really no downside to doing this. It's purely story and roleplay purposes, although the game is a little bit easier if you do use it.
A coldness seeps through your veins as the tadpole awakens, its yearning almost unbearable. Your mind is a veritable feast. The tadpole's essence courses through you. Where it touches, your flesh, glands, organs contract and flood with pure thought. You feel different. Your body has never felt more connected. Your mind present in every flex of a joint or muscle.
It does have a permanent visual change to your face when you use it. And your eyes. I think it's a little hard to see on Bellatrix because of her hat and the fact that she's a tiefling. But now that we've used it, let's go talk to all our companions.
I'm listening.
So, about this tadpole.
Also promises to break us beyond repair. This ossified parasite does not make us more, but less. Do you not feel the cold where once there was heat? The void where your soul once resided?
I'm not a full Illithid yet. You don't need to use it. I'm not going to force anybody to use the astral tadpole. I think that's a step over the line. The reason why I think that will be revealed as we talk to more of our companions.
I know. And I won't.
You can convince all of them to use it, though, for the record. Except Jaheira, because Jaheira doesn't have a tadpole.
By Baldur's bones, this is a lot to take in. Let's see if I've got this right. 1, we've been carrying a mind flayer around with us this whole time.
Yes.
2, it's been appearing as someone else in our dreams, cajoling us to embrace our new Illithid talents.
Yes.
3, the mind flayer's been siphoning a Githyanki prisoner's powers to shield us from the Absolute's voice.
Correct.
Did I miss anything?
I mean, it's not just any Githyanki. It's a Githyanki prince who's thousands of years old who wants to overthrow Queen Vlaakith.
Ah, yes. Gith's only son. Locked away in his astral prison for defying Vlaakith. Sensational tales, aren't they? Almost unbelievable. With a narrator so unreliable, how do we tell fact from fiction? I can't pretend I have the answer, but I know the Illithid's right about one thing. It holds our fates in its talons. Until the Absolute falls, there's no getting rid of it.
So, about this tadpole.
Yes, and at a great cost, partial ceremorphosis. I won't begrudge you your choice. As for me, though, I'm not ready. I might never be.
That's okay.
Thank you.
I know if you have Minthara, she asks you to let her use the tadpole. And approves if you let her use it. Well, there's blood all over my camp.
So your mysterious artifact, Tamer of Parasites, is only another parasite itself. How do you feel? Knowing the cost of keeping your transformation at bay.
The Emperor was an adventurer like us, a protector of the city. That has to count for something.
No notions of heroism put you above human failings. I should know. I've had my share of songs written about me. Illithids are monstrous creatures. But in the end, they are only that. Creatures. And if it can A parasite will keep its host fat, happy, and safe. Until it is finished feeding, at least. Am I comforting you?
No.
I am not comforting myself. Use the Emperor as it would use you. Or discard it. My days of doubting you are done.
Wow. Jaheira being supportive grandmother.
Well, are we ready for the road once more?
Always. Also, Jaheira looks damn good in drow armor. I am just saying. Alright. Who's next? Shadowheart? I think Shadowheart's over here. Let's see. Oh, also, just since the last patch.
I'm glad you decided to join me.
Ah.
So, there's been a mind flayer inside the artifact, or astral prism, the whole time we've had it. Sounds like utter madness, even though I've seen it with my own eyes. The more I learn, the less I understand just why I was sent to retrieve that thing. But it matters little now. I do not serve Shah anymore, nor the Mother Superior. The prism is no longer my mission. Saving my parents is. But I digress. Did you want something?
You know what, Shadowheart? Good for you. So about this tadpole.
The powers we already received have proved useful, true. But this is something different entirely. Do you know what this entails? Well, of course you do. But I don't want that for myself.
Of course I do. I did it. Very well. Alright. Let's see. Who does that leave? Karlach, Gale, and Astarion? Oh, Karlach has an exclamation. Look at them! They're so cute! Excuse me, boys.
Gods. A mind flayer's been getting their tentacles all over our dreams this whole time. I'm really not sure about putting any trust at all in this thing. It's already shown itself a liar. I've got my eyes on the Emperor, and Karlach doesn't blink.
Wow, she actually did not blink during that.
Hey, soldier.
So, Karlach, about this tadpole.
Great powers, huh? I'm skeptical. Thought you'd be too. Especially if this thing wants to turn you into, what, a half squid? Then again, you can pull it off better than most.
Oh, thank you.
Thank the gods.
I am a gorgeous half squid. Full bard. Part tiefling.
When I first met you, saving yourself from ceremorphosis was your greatest wish. And yet now, you've stepped closer to embracing it. I trust your leadership and respect your decisions, but I truly hope this is not something we come to regret.
Oh, I disappointed Halsin. I'm sorry. I feel bad. Jesus. How you doing?
Oh, quite the rug pull, eh? A mind flayer manipulating us this whole time. Such creatures are not to be trusted as a general rule, though this one does appear to have had a significant hand in our survival up to this point. At best, an ally whose motivations remain shrouded in deceit. We should be wary of what such an alliance may cost us.
I mean, our souls?
I can only imagine what I could do were I to adopt the biology of a mind flayer. It certainly doesn't seem to have done you any harm. Or rather, you've not yet done me any harm. Still, there are undoubtedly risks to such a transformation.
Yes. Yes, there are. But let's talk about something else. Gale really sounds like he might go for it without much cajoling at all. Oh, Astarion, you're the last one.
So, we owe our lack of tentacles to one of the very creatures that kidnapped us. At least my lack of tentacles. I'm not sure what's next for you.
That was a little rude, sir.
Don't look at me like that. I know what you're going to say. The answer is no.
Really?
No.
Oh. It's unlike you to not want new powers, Astarion.
That was before I knew the cost. Before I knew it meant transforming into some grotesque beast. I remember how it hurt when I turned into a vampire. My body writhed and warped while I was utterly helpless. The grip of death owned my heart as it beat its last. I don't want to turn into anything else. I can't do that again. I can't watch my body be taken over.
We'll never speak of this again.
I had nothing for so long. Nothing. Not even my own body. I will not give it up. Now it's mine again.
I do love Astarion's response to the tadpole. It's not what you would expect of him, based on the decisions he's endorsed up to this point, but it still makes a lot of sense.
God, you're beautiful.
Oh, you still think I'm pretty? That's good, because I felt bad and I would like a kiss.
20 ears, my love. Can't get enough. I'm not surprised.
Oh, classic kiss.
Delicious.
Very good. Time to go. Where am I going? Let's go. Like I said, this is my first time playing since patch 6, so hopefully nothing goes to hell. We are sitting at 100% on these loading screens for a hot minute tonight. They're pretty loading screens. I don't have anything to talk about during the loading screens, so that's a little awkward. Oh. Bizarre animal sounds in my headphones. There they go.
We must find where Gortash and Orin have established themselves and take their nether stones.
I believe this is the outer city. This is Rivington. It is a neighborhood in the outer city.
What they know could help us.
Oh, Shadowheart's talking about the people in her cloister. Up, Lae'zel! I don't know how Lae'zel got ungrouped. Just decided not to follow. I don't remember the loading take that long, but I also normally don't play while this is my first time entering Act 3 while I'm streaming, so I don't know if I notice how long the loading screens are, because it doesn't bother me when I'm playing by myself. It bothers me a little bit while I'm streaming, because now there's this rather boring loading screen.
Excuse me, I can't find my mum.
You can't find your mum? Where did you last see her?
She was sick. She had spots on her face and hands. She went to go get some herbs, and she was supposed to come back the same day. That was last 10 day, though.
Oh, dear. You must be hungry. Take some food. Astarion approves.
Wow. Thanks. My mum would like this. She's the best cook in the world. And she taught me too. I'll look for her. I think she'll probably come soon. Thanks a lot.
Oh. Enter the city, immediately find homeless children. As you do. There's so many people here, there's so much to do, and it's only the outer city. We'll start by doing this. What's going on here?
Nope. The place was empty. Keep those thugs away from my family.
Danuvia! Get these spotters out of my house now!
Arthur, sweetheart, you paid me and my boys to be caravan guards, not cattle wranglers. If you want us to get our hands dirty, it'd be our pleasure. But that'll be extra.
Zenobia! Calm down, what's going on?
I just want to remove these unlawful interlopers from my property.
It's always heartening to see a true philanthropist out in the wild.
Excuse me? I'm exceedingly charitable. Ask anyone in this wretched town. It's one thing to donate extremely generously to those less fortunate than oneself, and quite another to give away one's entire house. I'm a very magnanimous individual, but this is my home! Either they leave, or I'll make them.
I failed an insight check. Let them stay, or I'll make you leave and never come back. What do you think of that? It's a big check, and I am a scrawny tiefling. Oh my god. I love it when I roll snake eyes. Try again. That was embarrassing. You know what? One more try. There we go.
Fine. They can stay. Just don't blame me when they turn on you like the mongrels they are.
I respect your hustle, sweetheart, but it won't work on me. You've stepped on the guild's toes, and we'd like a little something to make it better.
Oh yeah?
The guild, a loose coalition unifying every criminal outfit in the city under one collective rule, from cut purses to contract killers.
Over my dead body.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Okay, you remember you asked for this when I kill you. Or when Astarion kills you, whatever comes first. It's going to be Astarion. You had a bad day, honey. Oh no, I fully respect R for wanting his home back, but also he's kind of being a dick about it. Oh, I have so many illithid powers now. I feel like he can home these people, or at least help them find decent lodging. Like, you don't gotta be a monster. They did ask for violence. They all chose violence. So much violence. I just fought a bunch of Githyanki, found out my Dream Guardian's a Mind Flayer. Like, I ain't got time for all y'all's nonsense. Not even a little bit. Ow. You want to finish the last one, Lazo? Eh. I was gonna say, don't use your executioner yet. Maybe I should have used the executioner. Oh! Huh! You get to live because I killed you with a bonus action. Well, what a shame for all of you. Shouldn't have picked a fight. I tried to avoid a fight, and look what y'all did. Oh, hey, look, a cow.
Do try the grass, should it take your fancy. Such sweetness should be shared.
Oh, what a nice ox. Hello, family.
Not quite sure why you stood up for us like that, but I won't say I'm not grateful. Thanks. And may Torm keep you.
You're quite welcome.
You're the first person in this city to have our backs. Thank you. Really.
They have a daughter, I think, who says some really weird things. Here she is.
Now we don't have to leave. I'm gonna build a big house for all the rats. It's gonna be really fancy. You'll see.
She's gonna build a big house for all the rats. What an odd little girl. And now that I've driven him out of his house, I'm going to ransack it.
Hardly a challenge.
Because why not? Let's see what's in here. Arthur's private musings. Oh. Well, I'm not going to read that out loud. Arthur's writing himself erotic fan fiction. And now that we're in Act 3, there's outfits that aren't, like, absolutely horrendous. I'm going to take one of these. They're both basically the same thing in different colors, and that's what dyes are for. I think there might be a key up here somewhere. I don't know where. There it is. Alright. Let's go into his basement and see if there's anything fun down there.
We're lucky there's still decent folk about.
I mean, I don't know if I'm decent. I'm basically let you take this guy's house.
What's that?
That's a hatch, but this is a chest. Alright, now let's go down the hatch.
I see a trap.
Traps. Though there's traps everywhere.
Be careful. There are traps about.
So there's fireworks and there's tripwires. You really only need to worry about the tripwires. The fireworks won't go off unless you trip one of the wires.
Traps. How considerate.
It's really better to do this with one person and not your entire party like what I'm doing. I just love the risk of blowing up. You know.
There are traps.
Bellatrix, honey, please don't blow us up. Also, you might have noticed I had an improved Bardic Inspiration buff that Bellatrix could add to other people's rolls. Apparently that's from playing with Alfira. If you're a bard and you play with her and then talk to her, she gives you an improved Bardic Inspiration to use. So I have that now.
No one back home will ever believe this.
I know, right? Alright.
Watch how you go. There's a trap.
Oh, why don't you try to disarm it, Bellatrix? I might have made an error. Okay, we did not make an error.
Right tool will do the trick.
Oh, it's even harder to unlock. We're doing good on the dexterity rolls. Just not the charisma rolls. You know, the ones we're actually good at. Blackmail letter. Arthur, package still waiting for you at Philogier's. You'd better not be late again, or we'll start to wonder if you're really as committed as you claim to be. Pick it up, put it in the teddy bears, make the donation. It couldn't be simpler, really. If it's still here this time tomorrow, we'll stuff you with it. As you well know, we've plenty to spare.
Might be worth checking Arthur's donations. Looks like his generosity's compromised.
A true philanthropist indeed. He does so much charity work. So we'll have to check that out.
To threaten us. To threaten the children. Cinta was trembling.
You know, she says children plural. I've only ever found child.
She's just learned to stay silent to avoid causing trouble.
Alright. Moving on. I was going to say, what's that red dot? But it's this guy I didn't kill. There are all kinds of NPCs to talk to around here. Not all of them say anything interesting, so I'm not going to talk to everybody. But we'll talk to a few. I'm not going to do the circus right now because I only have about 30 minutes and the circus will take longer than that. But there's a circus. Circuses are fun. What building is this?
What in the hells was that?
Oh, Lord.
It felt like a bloody earthquake.
We're all going to die.
Rivington General.
Oh, there's a blacksmith.
Welcome, adventurer. I take it you're new to Rivington. No doubt you came here to choose from my fine selection of weapons. Yes, I seem to have it all. Clubs, swords, maces, bows, cutting and gutting galore.
Well.
We'll see if we can find the perfect weapon for you.
Okay.
I provide a personalized service for my customers to make sure the weapon I choose is the perfect fit. Tell me, how do you like to kill?
I like to hum a little funeral dirge. Add a sense of occasion.
I see. Playing to your strengths. Keeping things simple. And when you kill someone, what do you feel?
Inspired. The rush of adrenaline does wonders for my creative process.
Killing holds no fear for you, does it? You understand what it takes and what it gives. One more question, if you'll humour me. Do you think you can turn your weapon on those closest to you?
No.
You'll do so much worse by the time I'm done with you.
Excuse me? Ah! Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
You're the lick-spittle who crushed the Bone Lord's thrall. Have you come begging, sniffing for our stones? Gortash won't like that. A throat his black hand can't choke the spit from. He'll find your weaknesses, stick a knife in the cracks and prise you apart. Unless you get him first. When you find the Lordling, tell him Orin is watching.
I could have done without the bone cracking.
Shapeshifter. How long has she been watching?
That was unpleasant. Hello? Door?
You! Try attacking me when my back isn't turned, you bloody coward.
I mean, him being a shapeshifter is preferable to him breaking his own neck. Yes. I didn't attack you. You were attacked by a doppelganger.
Is that so? You've got some evil twin running round whacking people round the back of the head. I'll tell you now, you'll be seeing bloody double when I'm done with you.
I didn't do anything. You really were attacked by a doppelganger. You know, the Bard is not doing great on the charisma rolls today. Man, when you can roll a 4 though, and get a 23, that's a good day.
Well, I'm sure it were you. I'm almost certain. Ah, God's be damned, I don't know. I'd have sworn, but my head's pounding. I don't remember. I need a bloody drink. Go on, clear off. I've seen enough of your face today.
That is true. Bellatrix does not look as innocent and sweet as she did prior to Act 3, does she? Speaking of which, I didn't show what happens when you use the tadpole. You get a few... You unlock the next level of illicit powers here. This outer layer. And you get fly all on its own. What is this outer layer, actually? What is this? We're gonna... Lets you use actions and bonus actions interchangeably. Like, that's a good one. I will take that. Since we're here. Expertise in persuasion, deception, and intimidation checks. I wish I had seen this one before we started the day. Alright, carry on. Orin can be disguised as 5 different people in Rivington. She will be whichever 2 you talk to first, and the other 3 will be normal. Imagine my surprise, my second pass through Rivington, and I knew where Orin was and was avoiding her, and found her anyway. So I'll point her out after we meet her 2 times, the other 3 people she could be disguised as.
Orin, Skvar, burn away the shadows she hides in, tear off her mask, and you'd reveal her for what she is, a shivering child.
Oh yeah. Lae'zel has opinions.
Orin's little display was just intended to rattle us. We mustn't let her succeed. We need to stay alert all the same.
Oh. You mentioned Shar followers might be watching for us. You think we can use them to track down your parents?
I hope so. So long as I'm willing to stroll right into the Mother Superior's trap, they have no reason to not tell me where to go.
As long as I walk into a trap, everything will be fine. What should we be looking for?
Worm's Crossing is a choke point. If I wanted to intercept a new arrival, I'd find somewhere before the bridge, blend in amongst the crowds, and wait. Most people seeking entry to the city will be refugees. I'd look wherever they're gathering.
Astarion.
It's not enough. We have a gallery of villains to look out for, but now we could be infiltrated by a shape changer? I can't even tell if any of you are acting strange because you've been replaced, or because this group is full of weirdos.
It's another one of my favorite Astarion lines. It's true, though. Are you worried about Cazador finding out you're back?
I won't lie. The thought hardly fills me with glee. Even with my newfound advantages, he's still an incredibly powerful vampire. But he's arrogant, too. If he does hear I'm back, he'll try to take me and expose himself in the process. Then I'll be able to strike.
Sounds risky.
It's something of a gamble, true, but if I can win, if I can beat him, it would be worth any risk. So yes, I do worry about facing him. But if we can get his attention, finding the ritual's location will be much easier, and that could give me the edge I need.
I am sure we are, in fact, the biggest band of misfits on the entire Sword Coast. This was not the door I meant to go through. Note the little trapped hatch, though. I meant to go through the other door. We're going to enter that hatch from the other side at some point. This was the door I wanted to go through. I wanted to go to the store.
Welcome to the river. Browse carefully. The weapons are sharp.
Alright, let's see if I'm affected by any patch 6 bugs. This'll either work normally, be really slow, or crash the game. I can't wait.
Hi! Want a blade? Or a bow? Or a dagger? Or maybe a spear is more your thing? You look like you know how to use a spear. By spear. What'd you say, huh?
I love this little dragonborn in BC. How the hell do you say her name, though? It's too many consonants all mashed together. Are you the one that sells the smith's weapons?
Yep, that's me.
I'd check on your boss if I were you. He's having a bit of a rough time.
Oh, all right. Yes, I just got to find a way to bother him. Without actually bothering him. He doesn't like to be disturbed when he's in the zone, see?
I see.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
That's just mean. I'd like to see your wares.
Oh, yay!
I am apparently not affected by any patch 6 bugs. At least not here. I want this. And what else do I want? Do I want anything else? Oh, I want this. I want this, and this, and this, and a cookie, and... Elven chain armor is always good. That's what I just bought. Oh. And gloves that give you extra damage on sneak attack. I'll take that too. Astarion wants some bomb arrows. Everybody wants bomb arrows. Okie dokie.
Want less? Wanna sell? Wanna buy? You know where I am. Bye!
She's so adorable. All right.
I don't care how big they were. I'll give them a piece of my mind.
All right then. Let's go over here.
Something over there.
In the well? Oh. Murdered refugees. That's nice.
I crave blood.
Someone's murdering people and throwing them down a well. I mean, I guess there are worse things you could do with dead bodies, but also arguably better things to do than murder. Ah. But this is a great place to find a dead body if you should need a dead body for whatever reason. Raising some zombie servants. You don't normally hear people say murdered refugees like they're like super thrilled about it. I just love bringing unique things to the world. Let's see. I don't think there's anything particularly significant down here. I thought, yeah, I'm like, I think there's a chest somewhere. Let's see. Oh, a pickaxe. A healing potion.
All's well that ends not as bad as it could have.
Not as bad as it could have, indeed. Just a bunch of murdered bodies. It's fine. So many people talking. Lord. What's in here?
When will I get to
puppies?
Miss Marcia?
When you prove yourself not to be an incompetent idiot.
Ah, I see. Maybe next 10-day then.
Hello.
Woof.
Woof.
A charming effort, but you can't fool me. You're not a dog. So what the hell are you doing in my kennels?
You're a delight. Woof.
Oh, gods. Unless you want me to shove you in one of these cages, stop barking and start speaking.
I didn't actually know Astarion would approve of that. Hello.
Hello. What do you want?
You were being awfully harsh when I arrived.
It's the only way to teach him. He behaves worse than the dogs and makes more of a mess.
I think I found one of your dogs, actually. Because this is the post office. And Scratch's owner was someone who worked for the post office.
Found him, did you? I can't say I'm surprised. Gomwick never kept him on a tight leash. Bring him here, and I'll give him a once-over for you. Check him for worms and so on.
Oh, yes, please. I'd love to see him.
He's a good dog. We'd both love to see him again.
He is a good dog. Oh? Oh, he does not like you, though.
Scratch! Oh, it's good to see you, boy!
Shut up, Dringo, and get back to work. And you've been slacking as well, Scratch, my boy. This dog is property of Sword Coast Couriers. I'll take him off your hands now.
The hell you will.
I can do whatever I please. He's my dog. Now get out. This is a private yard.
I'll break every bone in your body before I let you hurt that dog.
You'll do no such thing.
Lae'zel, I'm disappointed in you.
It's not just Scratch. She's always hurting the dogs.
Shut your mouth, Dringo. Last warning.
I love that Dringo's just like, hey, she's also really mean. Like, I'll give you to the count of 10 to leave these kennels. 1, 2... Oh, I got a 30.
Fine. You think you can do a better job without me? Be my guest. They're a useless bunch of mongrels. You're welcome to them.
You got rid of her?
I did.
I'll do a better job looking after these dogs than she ever did. I promise.
I believe you. These dogs got named in patch 6, by the way. They used to not have names, and now they do. Zola.
Thank you for making Mistress go away. She was horrid.
Oh. And Gustav.
Mistress is gone. Mistress is gone. I mean, such terrible news. She will be missed.
Oh. It's the best thing I've ever done. Nothing will ever top this. I think you can give Scratch to the lady and then sneak around and break him back out as an option too.
Don't be shy. Welcome to Sword Coast Couriers. To send and to serve. Delivery not guaranteed.
What? Oh, I don't know if I've ever had this option before. I'm sorry to tell you, I found the body of one of your couriers. He carried this letter.
Comwick. That's a real shame. Fine courier he was. Stumped how I'll replace him. Most want to get into the city these days, not leave it. We've had to cut our courier services completely. I'll tell you, it's left me in a right pickle. I've sent what I can by pigeon, but now something's attacking them and all. Become a postmaster, Danzo. It'll be easy. Nobody mentions having to spend your evenings hunting for pigeon carcasses, do they?
You sense there's more to his anxiety than a few missing letters.
What's really going on here?
Oh, well, one of the missing letters is my own correspondence. A personal matter, nothing serious. But you can understand if people think I can't even deliver my own letters, I'd be finished.
It does seem problematic. Do you want me to track it down?
You do that? Well, if it's not too much bother, yes, I'd appreciate the help. Bring me the letter, unopened, of course, and I'll happily compensate you for your troubles.
All right. First, we need a lead on where the letters went missing. I only know one way to do this. I imagine there are others, but I only know one.
Name and rank? Quickly now. There's a war on.
I love this pigeon. Lieutenant Bellatrix, reporting for duty.
At ease. At ease. I am Commander Lightfeather, leader of the finest aerial communication regiment this side of the Chianza. State your purpose, Groundwalker. I don't have all day.
I hear some of your officers have gone missing recently. What happened to them?
Damned awful business. Fine flyers, a lot of them. Gone without a trace. Intelligence is in short supply, but we know our enemies flanked us on the west side, not one rooftop away. We're avoiding the whole area. I won't lose one more beak to the blighter. If you pass that way, beware the sign of the featherless wings. From that rooftop, none return.
Reporting for duty. The best inspiration, I swear. That door is locked, and that's silly. I'll go out the front door then. The sign of the featherless wings.
There must be something.
Hands? That rooftop over there, probably?
Stelmane is dead. This does not bode well.
you want to know all about Stelmane's murder? Hottest topic in Rivington. Apart from the March of the Absolute's army, I suppose. Got today's edition of the Baldur's Mouth Gazette right here. You want one?
Interesting. You're very excited about murder. I'll take one.
Excellent. You enjoy that one, all right? It's really gory.
Wow. Kids these days. Ritualistic murder of Duke Stelmane at Elfsong still unsolved. Gortash's coronation imminent. Witness the ascension of Baldur's Gate's first Archduke. You can, for the record, buy a new copy of the Baldur's Mouth Gazette every day, and the headlines in it do in fact change. Well, auto-saving, that's not ominous at all.
Page material. Aren't you... I knew there was a story here, and there you are, the hero of the hour, walking right up to me. The name's Lens, reporter with the Baldur's Mouth Gazette. Care to do a quick interview?
An interview about what?
You, of course. News travels fast in this city, and after your exploits, you're quite the celebrity. This interview will be our biggest issue yet. It won't take more than 2 moments of your time. If you play your cards right, this could make the cover. I just need some extra details. So, you've arrived at Baldur's Gate. What's brought you here at a time like this?
I have come to save the city.
You have? But I thought our soon-to-be Lord Gortash had things in hand. Though, if anyone could help him, it would be you. You've got a knack for finding chinks in the Absolute's armor. My sources tell me you recently vanquished the fearsome General Ketheric Thorn. How did you manage that?
I fought with everything I had. He was a formidable foe, wielding terrible power.
Formidable? You're just being modest. I heard you swatted him aside like a fly from a corpse. You'll deal with the remaining Absolutists in much the same way, I suppose. The cult's threat is far from extinguished. What's your plan of attack?
Not really much of a planner. More of an improviser.
You think chaos courses through your veins? You have no idea.
Oh God. Well, that's
Still
never not
rolling
going to
in
be
the muck, I
disturbing.
see. You think I can't sniff the secrets hidden in your pretty skull? What you seek, what you need. Gortash knows you are coming, knows you have the Bone Lord Stone. Do not let him hiss hot air into your worm-weakened brain. Remember, his throat spits lies, but my blade carves the truth. You will read it on your skin soon enough.
Well, that's delightful.
She's toying with me. What does she want?
Death, murder, blood, gore. I think what Orin wants is very, very clear to everyone.
What's that?
What's what? Oh, this. It's a key to the locked post office door is what this is. So we won't see Orin anymore in the outer city. But like I said, there are 3 other people she could be disguised as. Oh, a dead chicken! That's sad. What did the chicken ever do to anybody? I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Oh God. Okay, I'm free. Everything's fine. Let's go this way. Let's see. Is there anything over here? Only good things, I'm sure.
So we should do nothing. Just wait for the next wave.
Gur camp. Didn't we meet a Gur in Act 1?
hunter has nothing to say to you. He seems to have other things on his mind.
Oh, so sorry.
Rechtei Hathran Rust. Frey Valdisk Durovna. Frey Vald Iskablast.
You've clearly walked into some kind of ceremony, but it's nothing that you recognize. You do recognize the language, however. These people are Gur, a tribe of monster hunters, just like the one you met in the Hag Swamp.
Im Orak. Nete. Krasin. Netra. So, the impossible spawn walks among us in the blazing sun. We have been looking for you.
And what do you want with Astarion?
The last time your friend came to our camp, he stole our children, our future. When we sent Gandrel after you, we wanted to interrogate you, to discover how to save our children, and then destroy you. But things have changed. You have changed. Is it true you left your master? That you broke the spell that binds you to him?
Well, I mean, kind of. It's a long story, honestly.
I'm thinking of turning it into a ballad, if you're interested.
We are not.
Oh.
But perhaps we can give you a chance to do deeds just as worthy of song. We have tried to save our children once already, attacking Khazad-dûr'Zar's palace at first light. Even then, it was too well defended. But if his own spawn approached, someone he thought he could control, he would throw his doors open and welcome you in. And once inside, you could do what we could not. You could save the children you damned.
You don't know Khazad-dûr like I do. He's merciless. You want me to march into the lion's den and save your children? But I promise you, they're already dead.
Are you sure, Astarion?
I spent 200 years bringing him victims. Each and every one was whisked away to be fed on that night.
But you never saw him feed yourself. He could keep prisoners for days before killing them. If our children are truly gone, then we ask for blood. I know you can understand that, Spawn.
You do owe them revenge, Astarion, if nothing else.
I suppose. Yes. Yes. Revenge, I can do.
Thank you. From me and all my people. If you can do this, we will be in your debt. You have lived a life of violence and sin. You have stolen lives, broken families, and caused immeasurable grief. Doing this will not right those wrongs.
If you're trying to encourage me, you're failing abysmally.
But it will be a start. You may still be redeemed. Please go. Time is short, but we will see you again when it is done.
It's getting all the inspiration in this city. I don't think there's anything else up here. The religion check that Bellatrix failed was to recognize this as a Gur funeral. They are burning the dead's belongings. The funeral occurs even if you don't kill Gandrel. It's not Gandrel's funeral, for the record. Oh. Abandoned toys and instruments because there are no children anymore, and that is sad. Let's see. What else can we do? Actually, I think I'll go ahead and stop here for now. We didn't get a lot done, but I am running out of time. Unfortunately, this is a shorter night. I only have 2 hours. So we'll end here for now, And next time, we'll explore the rest of Rivington and see if maybe we can actually make it into the lower city of Baldur's Gate. So I'll see you guys next time.